It happened on a Wednesday, which is ironic, because Wednesdays were Vanessa's quiet days. No meetings, no cameras, no headlines, just her, a hoodie, and the quiet satisfaction of seeing her empire grow from the ground up. But this Wednesday, this one would change everything. Dr. Vanessa Cole, age 39, stood outside the glass entrance of Cole House, Chicago North, her newest luxury hotel. She wore jeans, sneakers, and a navy blue sweatshirt with the hood up. No assistant, no entourage, just one small suitcase, and a quiet smile. This was her thing, secret check-ins, no one knowing who she was. Test her own brand from the inside. Quality control, without the corporate theater. She pushed through the revolving doors. The lobby smelled like citrus and polished tile. The grand piano in the corner gleamed under a glass dome skylight. Everything looked perfect. Until she stepped to the front desk. The man behind the counter didn't look up. White, late 20s, hair gelled like a stock photo. Name tag, Chad. Vanessa waited, cleared her throat. He looked up, blinked, then blinked again, slower. His smile tightened. "Ma'am, are you looking for someone?" Vanessa blinked back. "No, I have a reservation. Under Cole." He typed, frowned, typed again. "I'm not seeing anything. Are you sure you're at the right location?" She nodded. "Very sure." He hesitated. Eyes scanned her outfit. No makeup, hoodie, black woman. He tried to smile. Failed. "We have a very strict policy for walk-ins. And dress code, ma'am." Vanessa stared at him. Not angry, just curious. "What policy?" Before he could answer, a second voice cut in. Security, stocky, bald, walkie clipped to his chest. "Is there a problem here?" Chad motioned with a head tilt. "She's not a guest. Might be lost." Vanessa tilted her head back at them. "I said I have a reservation." The guard stepped forward. "Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to exit the lobby." And there it was. That familiar blade beneath the velvet. That slow sting of being judged before you even speak. She'd grown up in Atlanta, learned the difference between curiosity and control before she could ride a bike. Vanessa stepped back. No raised voice, no fight. She simply said, "Tell your manager Vanessa Cole stopped by." The security guard blinked. Chad narrowed his eyes. "Cole. As in, yes, as in that Cole." She turned, walked out, didn't look back. 9 minutes later, the hotel's internal staff group chat exploded. Mandatory call. All department heads. Now. Every manager, every lead, every shift captain, summoned. Inside the boardroom, the giant plasma screen flickered to life. And there she was. Same woman they'd just dismissed. Only now, she wasn't in a hoodie. Now she was sitting in a penthouse office, backlit by the Atlanta skyline. Power suit. No expression. Behind her, the logo, Cole Global Group. She waited. Let the silence do the talking. Then, "Good evening. For those who don't know me, I'm Dr. Vanessa Cole. I'm the founder, majority shareholder, and chief executive officer of the hotel you're sitting in." Gasps. Whispers. A chair scraped. Someone coughed. She continued. "Today, I conducted an unannounced visit. I was profiled, dismissed, escorted out of my own building." Her voice remained calm, measured, but behind her eyes, you could feel it. The storm. "This hotel bears my name. But that name means nothing if it stands for exclusion. So let's be clear. Anyone in this room who saw me and did nothing, you're done. Chad tried to speak. She raised a hand. You will be escorted from the property in 15 minutes. You will be paid your final check. And you will never work for this brand again. Security, her security, appeared outside the door. She nodded once. Let this be a reminder. Respect isn't about the clothes someone wears. It's about the value they carry. And some people carry entire empires in silence. She ended the call. In the boardroom, dead silence. In the lobby, shock. And on the security feed, Vanessa Cole, in her hoodie, walking right back in. Vanessa didn't sleep that night. She didn't cry, either. She'd learned a long time ago that certain things didn't deserve her tears. Instead, she wrote a memo, a policy, a warning, a vision. And the next morning, she didn't just return to the hotel. She returned with purpose. By 9 o'clock a.m., news vans were circling the block. Word had leaked. Social media was on fire. CEO profiled in her own building. Fires staff on the spot. Cole Hotels says respect isn't negotiable. Black woman, billion-dollar brand, and still they told her to leave. Vanessa held a press conference in the main ballroom, not to shame, to educate, to dismantle the silence. She stood on a small stage, no podium, mic in hand. Behind her, the words, "Policy means nothing without people." She told the full story, without anger, without embellishment, just facts. She described how she was ignored, dismissed, how she watched employees look her in the face and still see nothing worth serving. Then she said, "Some say I overreacted, that I should have educated them instead of firing them. But I've been educating people my whole life. In every room I walk into, my presence is a syllabus, my voice is a lecture, my existence is a curriculum." The room was silent. Then cameras clicked, hands raised. One journalist asked, "Do you regret firing them so quickly?" Vanessa paused. Then, "I regret that they made it necessary." Another reporter followed. "What happens next?" She smiled. That quiet, unstoppable smile. "We rebuild." The next week, Vanessa introduced a new initiative, the Cole Code. A company-wide training protocol, not a checkbox course, not a slideshow, an immersive multi-week program focused on unconscious bias, racial equity, frontline dignity, real-world scenarios, led by people who'd lived them. She didn't stop there. She restructured hiring, raised base pay, established a blind resume review process, names removed, photos gone. And she went one step further. Every employee, from concierge to C-suite, would shadow frontline staff for 2 days each year. If you didn't understand the people who cleaned the rooms and parked the cars, you didn't deserve to lead. The media called it radical. Competitors called it risky. But Vanessa? She called it overdue. Meanwhile, former employees tried to fight back. One posted a video claiming he was wrongfully terminated. It backfired. Comment sections lit up. Didn't you tell her to leave her own lobby? Actions have consequences. Now you know what it feels like to be dismissed. Thousands of black professionals shared their own stories. Being mistaken for staff, being ignored in boardrooms, being asked to leave spaces they helped build. Vanessa's story gave them language and proof that power can look like anything, even a hoodie. Jesse Green, One of the doormen who'd spoken up that day, the only one who quietly said, "Are you sure you're not who I think you are?" was promoted. He now leads internal culture and DEI strategy for the entire East Coast Division. Vanessa said, "He saw me. When others saw threat, he saw truth." As for the hotel, revenue increased. Guest satisfaction spiked. New hires said they came because of her, because finally, leadership meant something more than numbers. 6 months later, Vanessa was invited to speak at Harvard Business School. A student asked, "What would you say to that front desk clerk today?" She didn't pause. "Thank you." Surprised silence. She continued, "Because he reminded me that visibility doesn't protect you. Titles don't shield you. And the work, the real work, is never finished." And as she walked out of the auditorium, another young black woman stopped her, tears in her eyes. "Thank you for not staying silent." Vanessa smiled. Silence was never in the budget. That's the story of a CEO, a hoodie, and in 9 minutes that changed everything. Thank you for watching. If you want to get more that kind of stories, press like and check out our channel.